Are we live? Hello and a very warm welcome. Lewis Hamilton. Not only is he the all-time pole holder yesterday, he wins the Italian Grand Prix. The first back-to-back win of the season by anyone. And he finally takes the lead of the championship for the first time. Tifosi will be all down the pit straight in a bit. That's why I'm doing the race reaction straight after so I can watch the podium celebrations. What am I on about? No, I've not been on the beer. But yeah, 1-2 for Mercedes, absolutely dominant. Let's be honest, Ferrari got a podium with Vettel, but a poor weekend for Ferrari. Nowhere in qualifying and nowhere in the race. It was back to 2014, 2015-esque. Mercedes dominant, win by 30 seconds. As we expected, Stroll and Ocon did go backwards. You have Hamilton first, Bottas second, third Vettel, fourth Ricciardo, driver of the day 100%, came from like 16th on the grid to fourth. Fifth we had Raikkonen, sixth Ocon, seventh Stroll, Massa eighth, Perez ninth, and Max got 10th. Max crashed with Massa, had to pit, was like a lap down, fought his way back into the points. Ricciardo once again, what a driver, deserves better, along with Max, deserves better. Overtaking show. As you can see, well, you can't see, but I can see on my TV, Tifosi spraying spray everywhere, and we've got Vettel on the radio speaking Italian. What do you call it? Spray, like in the aerosols. I can't think of it. What a disaster. But yeah, pretty poor weekend for Ferrari. They were not going to be happy with that. In front of their home crowd, and finished 30 seconds off the pace in the race and nowhere in qualifying. They were like 8th, 7th in qualifying. They got promoted up with all the penalties. Alonso incredibly frustrated again. Him and Palmer touched. Palmer just cut the chicane and carried on. Got a 5-second penalty and Alonso was not happy about that. But it all boils back to Spa where they touched. Yeah, it weren't a cracking race. There was a few brushes and that, but I found it funny how Magnussen was complaining about Max, even though Magnussen has been the most unspotted driver the last couple of weekends, and he's complaining about Max. But it was a good recovery by Max. Here he jumps out the car, Lewis Hamilton, 59th victory. Pretty dominant weekend. Dominated Spa, dominated Monza. Valtteri Bottas comes home in second with Vettel third. And yeah, I think it's time, Mercedes. It's time to make Hamilton number one. It's time to win the Drivers' Championship. They're going to win the Constructors. But it's time to make that decision. Ferrari going to have to go now. Well, we already know Kimi's a number two, but they're going to make Vettel go for the title now. Hamilton leads the championship for the first time. He will be. The gap was 7, so we should have like a 3-point lead. Maybe. Work it out now. It's odd doing these videos straight off the bat because I don't come prepared. I do them straight off the bat. That's how I prefer to do them. Usually I will come prepared for a preview, but Hamilton was 7 behind, so yeah, that I think it'd be 3 points. But great weekend for Mercedes. Giving each other a hug and a cuddle. Oh, Valtteri, would you like a cuddle? Yeah, so that concludes it. We've got Singer shit up next, as I like to call it, but Singapore. Ferrari and Red Bull go amazing around that track, let's be honest. Mercedes will struggle around that track. Here we go, literally 5 minutes after the race, and already you can see the Ferrari flags on the pit straight. Yeah, that's it, I think. The race weren't that exciting, but what we can take from it is Mercedes 1-2, dominated, and Ferrari at their home race pretty disappointing. A few brushes. We have the Ricciardo overtaking show, driver of the day. Alonso very ranty. We should hear news about McLaren. I think they tomorrow or further in the week we'll hear McLaren have parted ways with Honda. And yeah, coming up to 5 minutes now. The drivers look like they're coming out in the cool down room, gonna come out on the podium. So I'll see you next time for Singapore, and we'll be on the 2017 F1 game. And I'm not looking forward to doing the preview because I'm awful around Singapore. Absolutely awful. Adios. See you next time.